There's a loophole in New York City's deliverista minimum wage that's allowing some companies to pay workers less for the same job. If I want to order a sandwich to my apartment from a restaurant and I use a delivery app like Uber Eats, Grubhub, or DoorDash, the worker that rides their bike or moped and brings it to my door is going to be paid a minimum wage of almost $20 an hour. But if I order the same lunch through Instacart from a grocery store like Wegmans with prepared foods, the worker that brings me my lunch is not guaranteed a minimum wage. But why is that? Here in New York City, there's over 60,000 workers riding bikes and mopeds and delivering food to people from restaurants. In 2021, these deliveristas organized, fought for, and won a minimum wage, the first in the country for delivery workers. But that minimum pay law was specific and only applies to workers delivering food from restaurants, not grocery stores. This became a problem for workers when Instacart, the largest grocery delivery platform in the country, started letting its workers deliver using e-bikes and mopeds, basically allowing more people to do the deliverista job without the deliverista protections. Many of these workers are some of the most vulnerable New Yorkers, recent arrivals from countries in West Africa. These are the guys that you'll see waiting outside of Wegmans for orders. A lot of them have just gotten their work permits after months of waiting and bureaucratic hoops. Instacart is one of the only options for work for people who don't speak English. Advocates who work with recently arrived African immigrants told me that the city has fallen behind on workforce training for this community, leaving them vulnerable to jobs like this with few protections. Mayor Adams announced in January that the city would create a brand new agency to deal with the growing delivery industry. But we still have next to no details about what the city calls the Department of Sustainable Delivery, which, in theory, would allow the administration more power to control the industry that's impacting our streets and affecting the most vulnerable workers.